me as a chief. Record me underneath and hold me up to see. We're more than memories, much more than falling leaves. No longer begging pleas or praying on my knees. There's more to history than superficial victories. Your kisses unseen flow through my bloodstream. The blood is rushing, there must be something. Just do this one thing, reach out and touch me. Your love is awfully delicate, hug you for the smell of it. Trust our building element, don't hasten its development. I can't believe you're feeling me, love is what you're telling me. I fell for you unwillingly and now your love is killing me. Your hands are all too innocent, schemes to make it intimate. Dreams of you play into it, seems these days are different. I can't believe you're feeling me, love is what you're telling me. I fell for you unwillingly and now your love is killing me.
Welcome to Strange Light Radio, Poison Detox. I have a special guest, JustMeArtFan, on the show, and I think he is taking a beautiful bong rip, and we're going to get him on the stage right now. I don't think we have any shame in our game, right? So, yeah. So, JustMeArtFan is a gentleman that I met by being a fan of his. And I was just one of his art fans, but also I was a big fan of his wordsmithing. When I heard him speak, it was like for many, many hours and into the night, and resonated with me because I felt like he had a firm understanding of some of the strange activities that are going on around us, and some of the unfriendly situations, but he had a disposition of a problem solver, of a compassionate person, and understood, what it meant to share the light and share the love. And we're going to just kind of do that on the show today. So without any further ado, let me get the wonderful JustMeArtFan on the stage. Welcome.
How you doing?
Fantastico. Hey, thanks for joining me today, man. I feel honored and excited and appreciative. And so this is kind of like, it's interesting to be somebody, just sitting in my bed listening to you and other people speak and going, man, this is really cool stuff, and this is amazing information and amazing disposition and interesting in many different ways. And to reach out to you and you not blow me off, and get to sharing art, and you being kind enough to drop in on my not so popular channel. So thank you.
Oh man, hey, I wanted to say, dude, I really liked that intro music. That was pretty hot.
Hey, thank you. That was something done a while back. I haven't. I sent you one song that was like relatively new recording, with 3 different guys, but everything else, it's been a while since I mess around and freestyle and play it back to myself and think about going further, and then I drink tea and everything changes.
Well, it's like you say, I had a lot of inspiration when I was younger. I had a lot of people because I was witty with words and fancy with rhymes, and I do it all fast and I do it with time, and it's just like, I got this mic and I was like trying to practice the other day. I'm like, I wish I could have done this a long time ago, but had I not fell in love with art, I wouldn't have even started learning all this computer mumbo jumbo, right? Which still, a lot of it's a mystery to me, but I somehow seem to pull it off. My wife, she's great tech support for me, and she fumbles through it, but me, I'm lost without help.
Yeah, I see.
I'm learning.
I seen her working some magic for you behind the scenes when I watched your show on Just Me Art Fan on Rumble, which was freaking cool. Man, I really enjoyed seeing you make art on the fly, kind of educating us how you might talk to a AI machine and get it to do something cool.
Well, it's pretty intriguing. I mean, basically just talk like you're dyslexic, I guess. In hyper-realistic realism, and it's like, ta-da!
Yeah, a lot of precision language is what I was hearing from you, and being precise and having a vision. So I think that's what I seen is it started out with having a vision, and you were able to communicate that vision very articulately. Like, to me, that was fun. I like listening to just those words, like, were harmonies, and it was, rhythm, and it. I know we've kind of chatted on a little bit together online, and one of the things that I like to think about a lot is in a lot of different religions and philosophies, you have this spark of energy, and a lot of them do attribute that to something called the word. And it's very, very interesting. And what the minimal that explains to me is that there is it's a very important tool that we have, and it's could be a very powerful way to spread the light and the love, right? Or it could also work in the reverse, because that's how things go. It could be used for good or used for negativity and stuff like that.
Well, that's exactly it. It's like, music is a great example of, think of like a word picture, kind of how you watched me prompt into art. Is I get an idea in my mind and I work through each layer as many times as it takes to get where I want to see it, where I have imagined it in my mind. And even like when I was younger and I wanted to, make music and make my own lyrics and learn how to make my own beats and stuff, which I'd still like to do. I'm kind of starting to see how it's possible physically, learning how to do my video editing and stuff. But it's really a way to take a word picture in your mind, and music is a great example because you are basically describing a word picture to your audience with your music. Well, me, you, however which you choose it. You're either projecting an agenda or an image or something, or you can just be authentic in expressing what you are in your feeling in your mind as a word image transmuted into physical sound through music, when music is a great way to physically touch people emotionally. It holds power just like art does. Art is it can shift people's mind in a very positive way.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when I first got into music, I imagined myself, and it's actually still a task that I haven't accomplished, but I imagined myself taking someone almost on a physical journey through the ambiance and the structure of the words. Is that pixie dust? I thought I heard pixie dust.
Oh no, I have some Jamaican haze heaven, chillwave, lofi, reggae, serenity going on in the background here.
Nice.
It kind of keeps the dog calm, because at the hotel people walk by and the dog just.
Oh yeah, going what? Who are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of had this ambitious idea of. And it's almost not quite painting a picture, but using different words to tow somebody's emotional field in different directions, if that makes any sense. Because I really, when I thought of this and when I wanted to do this, I didn't really understand, and I still don't understand how to do it.
You want to go down a rabbit hole with this one?
Hell yeah.
All right, it's the Matrix. It's all the Matrix, right? all zeros, it's all ones, it's all zeros and ones. It's how they're coded. Frequency, sound, energy measured in zeros and ones. The matrix, right?
Yeah.
The picture holds the same value. You know, you scan it into a computer, it's zeros and ones into imagery and whatever Coolidge software programming, whatever they want to call it. The that makes up the image is still zeros and ones at the end of the day. Matrix. So certain information in the construct arranged a certain way in the matrix can hold power in a very positive way that has power over people in a beta wave kind of reality way. Now music with frequency has the same power to move somebody in a positive way. Like you've heard music, we've all heard music. You ever heard music that just resonates so beautifully, like it could stand up every hair? It moves your soul.
Yep.
I've made verses of music, you know, just I remember years driving in my car, you know, and just being my young little MC, like busting some rhymes, and you know, once in a blue moon you'd say something that you're like, damn, that was good. I'm almost crying, man. I wish I would have recorded that.
Yeah, so I've been recording since I was roughly 16 or 17.
Nice.
And one of the laws around me with recording is the tightest stuff, the most insane shit. The fucking recorder, I forgot to press the button. And not just my own stuff. I'm talking about I recorded a lot of other people too. Forgot to press the button, or the battery ran out, or you know, all this stuff.
It's always some kind of technical issue. It's just like I made one that was like a 3-minute little snippet clip of some music that was kind of catchy little tune, like a good morning, and I dubbed some just silliness over it, and I sent it to my friend, and it changed his whole day. He's like, dude, that was really cool, man. I love you a lot for doing that. That is just super awesome. But it was, I can't even remember. It was like, good morning, I don't know what to say. It's afternoon or Monday. It might be the day, or some shit like that. But it was hilarious. But you're right. It's usually like the best things that we do we have technical difficulties, because I laid down a couple of real sweet ones, and same thing. It was like the mic wasn't working right, or it was spotty, or this was too high here. And it was just like, man. By the time I had got it close enough to where I could send it and he could still hear it with the music and everything kind of just right, I was like, okay, take 10. And like the 10th try, I finally had it to where it was somewhat, and I was like, man, that was hard. Okay, close enough.
Yeah, or, you know, forget to press save or something like that. Oh,
or figuring out, because I'm still learning the computer stuff. You know, I went from like a high school computer level to back in this, you know, whole computer realm, mostly off my phone, really just the PC in the last little while. I want to say collectively like 2.5 months of kind of getting back into a PC world from a high school level and learning all the art, learning to work with file. The biggest challenge for me is trying to figure out where to stick videos in files where I can access them and they'll work, and this and that, and just organization is another thing.
Yeah, the other thing that is difficult, again, because kind of I've messed with recording, messed with videos for a long time, just for shits and giggles, really. And man, I killed a lot of computers by just overwhelming the memory, and it doesn't take too long for me to destroy a yeah, this that's why I like streaming now, because streaming, I'm like, oh, well, if I don't have to worry about stuff so much. I don't have to worry about being picky and, okay, do I want to take out some space in my words, or do I want to censor myself, or whatever?
Well, it's like this. You can like in my case, I can pre-record a video without exporting it, and as long as I have it open in that program, I can share that window on a live screen, and not have to worry about the export problems of a file. But when I get done with the live stream, then I can figure out, okay, now I can take the time, I can figure out how to place this video that I just made while I was live, and like figure out all that technical garbage later. But it's like I'm learning little shortcuts and little cool things and stuff like that. But yeah, it was really cool teaching people how to make art, and teaching more and more people how to create that inspirational, really wow factor art.
Yeah, it's such a neat thing, and it's you know, being able to connect with people. To one of my favorite things in the world to do. And you know, the older I get, the seems like the more challenging it is, and maybe that's by the design of how I proceeded in my life. But I just always loved sharing art, and I've surrounded myself throughout my life with a lot of artists. You know, friends. I got multiple friends who are DJs, and
That's cool.
yeah,
That
and
is cool.
yeah, it was pretty freaking awesome. And you know, we got into just doing our own little underground stuff, and you know, I shared, you know, some of the stuff that I have, and I can't get access right now to my old hard drive because I have to somehow, the drivers are so old, I got to figure out how to get it. But that has like the mother load of thousands, literally, of songs, and some of them are so stupid that, you know, I could only get some really special people to jump in with me, just fucking ridiculous shit. And some of it's more acceptable, should we say?
You know what I like? You know what I like doing is I like when people can sit down, like 3 or 4 people in a group, and you can.
Uh-oh. We got the dog barking. We got man's best friend is a protective and lovely animal.
She gets stressed any noises she hears because she's protective.
Yeah, and in a new place and all of that stuff kind of adds up a lot.
Yeah. Well,
Not just for the dogs, man, for us too. I forgot how stressful it is to move, and when I did it, man, it wore me down. It was painful. I didn't realize how much emotional attachment I had to the space, you know, where me and my kids and my wife lived for so long. It was you know, it required some healing.
Mine is when you find a place that has a good vibe and a good energy, it's hard to leave it and let it go. But circumstances happen and life happens, you know, and it's like this. It's at the end of the day, if tomorrow was not promised to me, I don't get to take any of this to heaven with me. Check that, right? So
Yep.
it's like I'm not a materialistic person in a lot of senses. I mean, I like things, you know, I like nice things. I'll show you something that I have with me that I really like. It's kind of cool. Hold on just a second.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's heavy as shit.
So what's heavy? Oh, damn, dude. Oh, whoa. Wow.
Oh, I gotta show you this shirt.
That is insane.
My buddy Enoch Elijah, he does the Disobey brand clothing, and he sent me a shirt that I got in the mail today. And
dude, hold on, let me make yours bigger so we can see that shirt. And if you pick up after, if you want to share the rock again, that is bad. I'm a big I'm a rock user.
Yeah, so this is my buddy Enoch Elijah. He's got his link. I'll figure out I'll get in his profile and I'll share that link with you. That way we can throw him up too. But he has made clothes for a long time. Real nice stuff. He inspired me to start mine. And I mean, he's top notch with his clothes, man. I only dream of like creating at least as nice a stuff as he's got. And, you know, and he inspired me to start from somewhere. And I started the JustMeArtFan.com where I sell my clothes. And you had to start. Dream big, friend hard, right?
Hell yeah.
All right, so
Oh,
let's
that was sick.
let's lift this.
Okay, let me get you big again real quick. There we go. Damn. So did you dig that up or did you buy that or that is
No. I acquired this when my dad passed away in 2016. I've been holding on to this sucker for a long time.
Wow.
I used to have another one that was huge, but I didn't have a place for it. I couldn't haul it. I couldn't take it, and I cried when it left.
Wow, that thing it weighs a ton.
Yeah, it's super super heavy.
I've been my buddy's been mining some rocks and he's been pulling these mystery rocks. I don't know, let me see. I'm gonna make mine bigger real quick.
Yeah, it's nice and polished.
Yeah, so this is what it looks like unpolished.
Okay.
And this is a polished edge, and this is extremely, extremely hard. It's non-magnetic. And we are unclear what it is, but we're hoping, it's like white gold or silver with some potentially...
Flip that around again to the rough side and bring that up close. I don't know, it's interesting. If I didn't have a rock book with me, it would take me a minute, but I know some crystals and stuff because I like crystals, but that's pretty neat. It'd be neat to see the longer planes polished on that to see what kind of granular design is in it.
Yeah, and it almost like polishes so smooth that you're not even seeing the granulars.
Right, it's almost like a mirrored finish blended so well you can't even see the contrast in it, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and he won't tell me where he finds them, but he finds them and he shares them with me.
That's cool.
Yeah, this guy's pretty. I think, were you talking about selenite not too long ago?
Yeah, one of my favorite videos on the entire YouTube internet is got selenite in it. I love that crystal because the way it amplifies light. So if you take an ultraviolet high-powered or ultraviolet laser high-powered and pump it through a nice large piece of selenite, it will actually, you can interact with the electric discharge that comes off of it. It won't hurt you, but it's a more natural frequency with the carrier frequencies amplified by the crystal and properties of like piezoelectricity being amplified, crystals, all that cool stuff. But it's like a plasma ball without the glass, and you can touch it.
Yeah, I got to try that. I was, now I came across this random YouTube video, and I guess like someone who does like a lot of videos, his brother wanted him to help him do one, and he's kind of a guitar playing, sleeping in the dirt, crystal loving guy like me, except I don't sleep in the dirt very often, as much as I want, should I say. And he had this strange box, and it's kind of like an isolated box. I don't know if it's glass or plastic or something like that. And he, had one rock or crystal, and I think he used various ones, stones. And he had another one that he would hang from, as a pendulum. Mm-hmm. And he would, I think it's pretty well known that, different things will draw or, different energies together.
The pendulum will swing or spin a certain way depending on placement of energy or displacement of energy within a set object, because
precisely.
Energy...
Yeah, and if you take it across your body, right, you might have different movement around your heart or around your third eye.
Have you ever played with dowsing rods? Do you know what dowsing rods are? No. Okay, so dowsing rods, think of like where they find water, the sticks that they hold, or the brass deals. You find water, and when you find water, they cross. So, interesting fact about dowsing rods, connected to, like, let's say how insects have an antenna, right? So now if everything's frequency, like electromagnetic energy, think of matrix flowing as actual energy like the ether, right? And I'm a bug. I'm like antenna. Fixated, unfocused. Dowsing rods, same thing, same capability. I'm thinking in my mind. I'm being the embodiment. I want to like go find water, or I want to find gold, or whatever I am intended, in pure intended, being the embodiment of through the frequency. I'm channeling into those frequencies using the dowsing rods. Pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, super interesting stuff. And
But
it boggles a lot of brains, and I can't say that I'm excluded from that.
well, it's if you get into the intricacies of it, it will boggle the brain. But if you get into the simplicities of it, there is a beautiful movie that I watched it's from Gaia, called The Sound of Creation.
Yeah, I've heard you mention that a few times.
Yeah,
The Sound
dude,
of
and
Creation.
literally quantum waves were the embodiment of love and light, and it ripples out into the universe with an electromagnetism of the matrix flux of us being the battery flowing it into the universe, right? So I'm like love, 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 and everything that feels my wave and my ripple, bro, is gonna get touched by my love and want to pay it forward, because that's how I roll.
Yeah, that's super cool. My dad was sharing some information that he came across where I don't know which scientist, but I've heard it plenty of times, where it's saying that your heart frequency, depending, I guess, on how much stored energy you have, that it travels several miles.
Think cosmic, quantum waves. So quantum waves. So think into the universe, into the cosmos. Okay, so here's the cool thing is if people tell themselves they are not powerful, they are not powerful, and that's literally how powerful we are. But if I act, move, and be, have you ever heard that book, Rich Dad, Smart Dad, or Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
Yeah.
It was kind of along the same example of the lines. You know, I want to be successful, but I'm going to be the embodiment of it. If I want to be successful, I'm going to be successful in how I approach things, how I do, not for some purpose of I'm going to be famous or anything like that. I want to do something that is divine. It has purpose. It has a good moral compass. It has a divine positive energy, and it flows well with many different people from many different avenues. Because there's a lot of people at the end of the day that in a room full of people, a lot of people wouldn't put their bullshit aside, and they would be fighting and bickering with each other. But at the end of the day, within art or music, those two things I do know, within art and music, you can get all of those people to drop their shit long enough, just long enough, and focus on something that is beautiful and can move them in a positive way.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different practices that can regain your energy from other places, from thoughts of the future, thoughts of the past, and the stressors that those come with, and bring you into the now, bring you into the moment. And music is excessively powerful, and a conversation is an excessively powerful way. How many times have you got together with whoever it is and had a freaking great conversation, and you slept like a baby, or you just felt like you just purged like so much, like you feel like you got a massage and you feel new.
Or it's like live mic night with Cool Frog. It's like I've on a few different occasions I thought it was kind of cool. They're like, dude, you're John Connor, man, and I'm like, I've heard this before. I'm just a me, bro. But it's like, at the end of the day, this is stuff that should make sense to everybody. Everybody could love one another unconditionally, and we could be quantum love and light, and everybody feel it, touch it. We can interact with it, and it'd be a rockin' awesome world, man. It'd be creativity, it'd be art, it'd be music, it'd be like fucking jubilee everywhere all the time, dude. Like, people would be like, I have to sleep because I can't. I'm been so excited that I just don't wanna, but I have to.
Yeah, and then you get to go into this new explorational plane of dreams and of sleep, and Yeah, like some of those images that you showed me, I'm like, oh man, that's a great
That's,
representation of a dream, and it's really.
you know, what's funny about those is I haven't had a dream in like 20 years, so I don't dream. But that's a great depiction of what I would imagine a dream looks like if I had one.
Well, um,
It might be a magnesium deficiency, but I've done a lot of studies where it's trauma based and ascension.
you froze up.
As you, uh, hello, hello.
Yeah, I could hear you again. You froze up.
Can you hear me?
I could hear you.
What in your path of your own journey of enlightenment, as you grow in that, you will dream less because you're starting to transition from the dream state to being able to operate on quantum waves and levels in real time. You know, so kind of like blending the two together, but in a very cool way. But and then another sense, I don't dream because I've had a whole lot of just compounded trauma and trauma and trauma and trauma and trauma and trauma since like the day I was born. So, but I'm cool. I'm chipper. I'm happy. I got a happy go lucky, good upbeat spirit about me.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to say about dreaming because it's like, you know, people have those certain things that they feel like they wouldn't want to live without, right? Some people might be donuts or whatever, you have Taco Bell or I don't know, something that just feels like, you know, it might be art, you know, for you.
Well, just their subconscious imagination without any rules, focused and controlled by the ego mind, which only exists when you're awake.
Yeah, it's well, a lot of people. So the average person who has a dream, they have a dream. They may remember a little bit of it. It doesn't normally deviate extremely far off course from what could happen in waking life. From from most of the things that I talked about with people. And so we continue to stay asleep through the dream most of the time. We're not consciously engaging in the dream. We are more under like a spell, so to speak. We are like the leaf in the wind type of thing. But there's other people who maybe did some sort of work and, were able to lucid dream, which is basically understand that they're in a different environment than the normal physical, 100% pure physical manifestation. And then you could observe consciousness from a different vantage point. So that's kind of why I find myself super interested in it.
So it's like a certain part of me, standing back and getting that 360 perceptive view, at my own angle of perception, sometimes I'll take a step back even further from there and I'll go aerial view and 360 view. But it's like I'll sit and watch and it's like, you get to see how people interact with each other from that point of view. And it's like, well, I'm going to learn from this because if I do this to this person, I see how that does, but that affects this person and this person. And you just watch all of these networks of waves of things and how they flow and how people are really controlled at some sense, at its core, by the ego, the things of the ego, the wants of the mind, the flesh, the needs, the wants, the desires, and all of those things that exist beyond that parallax of what is the subconsciousness in its natural state, creative, inspirational, divine, scared, fear, all those things kind of tied into other things. But it's kind of interesting because it's all experiential based. But it is all at the same time experiential, being a string of consciousness, like 8 billion people all connected through some oneness, but all experienced out in 8 billion different avenues at the same time simultaneously.
Yeah, the kind of the way I feel it in my own self is that the ego is has to dominate due to its impermanence. So it wants to
be in control.
It wants to be in control, and it also wants to be permanent. And I don't think that the ego is permanent.
Well, it seeks a power structure. It seeks that schedule of I'm in control here, here, here. I am in control of things. And it's like, it was always a common joke running around my family. It's like, you want to watch God laugh, make some plans in your life.
Yeah.
Watch what happens. You know, and it's like, no, you thought you had it figured out. And it's like, no, God's got a real reason that you might not have seen for yourself, but God will break your heart to save your soul. He'll smash your heart into 1,000 pieces to make sure that your soul is saved at the end of the day, because you found out later that he really did help you out. And you dodged a lot of bullets, right?
Yeah, there was... have you heard anything? Have you listened to any of Ram Dass by chance?
Yes, actually, yes.
One of his analogies for this, and I don't know where the story came from, but it was about a guy who's driving a coach, I guess, or maybe he meant like a horse, right? So driving a coach, and he's in control, and he never even realized somebody was in the back of the coach. And the guy pops his head out from the back and says, "Hey, I need you to pull over." And the guy driving the coach is, "Hey, this is my coach." And the guy, in the back is the spirit. And the guy in the front is the ego. And the ego, although is a driver, and is not going to let go of the reins gently most of the time.
Right. It'll be a struggle. So it's like I learned some life tools a while back, and it's like I can take an inward look, right? And I could realize that this is my ego in control a lot of times, and sometimes it's not always easy, my friend. But I'll take an inward look and I'll be like, my ego is really going off like fire right now, but I'll have to take myself, my spiritual self, coming from my heart space, supported through my mind, and then with the ego hopefully on board, right? Otherwise it's still a fight. Rinse, cycle, repeat. But I can tell my ego, I hear you talking, I know you're there, but you're going to be quiet now, and I'll step left and I'll move forward into a new moment, right?
Yeah, it's interesting.
I'll count to 10, I'll breathe, I'll do whatever it takes, but I will literally shift my attention from all of that turmoil into a new positive moment, and then step forward into that to where I can make conscious decisions instead of working in reaction of maybe fear or emotion or, stress or all of that other shit. Because, a lot of those things, when we make decisions in those kind of feelings and emotions, it tends to not work out so well or end in lessons that we're meant to still learn.
And something that's kind of interesting is, if you've came across people who've had a extreme spiritual experience, and maybe with some assistance, right? Sometimes those people might have a dilemma down the road. And my kind of theory on that is the ego was torn away. The ego was torn away quite violently, in a sense. Mm-hmm. And not that the spirit could ever be suppressed. But
no.
The ego's concept of the spirit can be suppressed, and so the ego gets a little upset about that type of stuff sometimes.
You had it right at the beginning before the show. It was like healing yourself from the poisons. It's like when you realize that what I have been consuming my whole life is poison. Well, then I have to detoxify myself to the core. Because if I don't, when I go rebuild anew, I still have all of that poison lingering around, and it only keeps growing and it keeps growing. So it's like you gotta tear yourself open all the way to the core, all the way to its pure rawness. It's a terrible experience. Don't let anybody tell you that ascending through your journey in ascension is just bright and easy, because it's a terrible experience, but it's worth it.
It's terrible and gorgeous.
It is, yes. It's absolutely very painful process, but it is totally worth it. It's like, I will only get out of life what I am willing to put into it. And if I'm only going to put 80% in, well, I'll be lucky if I get 80% out of it at that point. But if I put 110% in, it might take a while, and it might take a while, but by golly, if it feels right, if it vibes right, if it flows with the universe right, instead of in contention and me fighting it with my ego, I want it this way, it's gotta be this way. It's like, just let this shit flow. You know, it generally works out a lot better.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the poison and the detox, because interesting, my brain works the way it works. And so I wasn't sure whether we were going to end up collaborating tonight. And so I was starting to think, okay, I want to just get on there. And I usually just freestyle, kind of just babble, and whatever comes up, comes up. But I was like, well, I've been seeing a lot of things on poison, and I've been studying a lot of things on poison. So I was going to just name the show Poison. And we're going to talk about the poison in the air, poison in the water, poison in the food, nuclear poison,
yes,
job safety.
Let's do this. Let's mash up a beat, but what we'll do is, I mean, I know we don't got a whole lot of time tonight, but what we can do is, this something me and you can collab on as a project for sure.
Hell yeah! You wanna drop a beat now, or what?
I mean,
sure,
we could try. I'm not saying I'm good. I kind of sound funny on a microphone, but I mean.
Oh no. Did you want to play one of your videos, or can you? Can you do it through this?
Let's see. I believe I just go to present. I think you have to give me screen permission.
Heck so. Yeah.
I would just go to...
If I could knight you.
I have to... Oh, this is the trick, though. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to open that one in a different screen. So give me just a second here.
Sweet. And just to hit the little plug, I put...
yeah, let's hear it.
In the description, I put a link to your JustMeArtFan.com, where people can buy some merch. Dude got some badass clothing there. I will, once I have some disposable income, I'm going to be buying a hoodie, and I will also be buying some coffee from Uncommon Grounds, because that was so cool talking to those peeps.
Melvin and Michelle are so great, dude. I talk to them every day. They are my people.
They are
my people.
I didn't get to talk to Melvin too much because was it Michelle?
Yeah, Melvin and Michelle.
Okay, so yeah, Michelle came in to kind of share more of like the details of the story, and I really love when food and life is treated with respect, like they do with their Uncommon Grounds coffee. And so I'll just drop, I already dropped the link in the description as well. So if anybody out there wants a freaking badass bag of coffee, they suggested the Aztec or the Aztec Dark chocolate, I believe. And it's Uncommon Grounds mobilecafe.com.
Actually,
uncommongroundsmobilecafe.com. Get your cup of joe from a good source. And
I'm actually gonna do this number right here. I got an even cooler idea.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Oh yes, I can. So let me just pause this little weird background music I had flopping around there. We're
gonna do something cool. Yeah, this one's still blocked, so I'm gonna refresh this guy.
You want me to add it to stage?
Now, yeah, sure. You can. I'll show you guys how I do this madness. Let's see. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, I think you're in. Oh, we got great liquors in the
I would like to
in the
create
chat.
a beautiful, intense, realistic image in stunning, lifelike detail of a podcast that is about inspirational healing music with amazing instruments that play in a solfeggio frequency that are correct in their detail, in lifelike realism that is stunning and amazing. I would like to see amazing sacred geometry tapestries hung on the wall in the background, and let's create this in a stunning photo finish. Alright, just for shits and giggles, right? Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Had to change to watching the stream myself so I could get a closer look at what art you get to come out.
Let's see, I might have to... Oh, wait. Here we go. So then I just give it a minute. And then we can really go wild with them. You know, so it'd be cool to collab the video together, but actually have some imagery in the video where we can mash something up. So basically, if I don't open it like that, I've been having issues all day. So we will do that number.
Your computer getting mad at you.
Yeah, it's been having issues. Let's see, did it slide that open in the sidebar? Yeah, it shows that. All right, so this is what it came up with, basically. Isn't that pretty rad?
Let me put it on my bigger screen so I can...
Let me
Oh, that is cool.
let me put it on my bigger screen.
That is tight right there.
All
See, that
right.
could be a freaking awesome thumbnail or a freaking $1 million
Oh, yeah.
background for somebody.
Yeah,
I should
for
do
any
my
kind of
next.
record
I should
label.
do like my next work chat on that.
Well, we could set you up like this with a digital background, just like this, bro. Ooh, that's cool.
That is
We gotta-
sick.
We gotta.
That
open
is super
in the
sick.
tab.
I know. I was actually running my green screen earlier, and then I was a little bit behind, and I was getting a little grainy, so I just pulled my curtain.
Right.
I'd rather
So
have
it's
the
like-
green screen.
Well,
That
you
is
remember how
sick.
you remember how when I was on Cool Frog Show, so I avoided all the pixelation by running my projector in the background on a sheet or on the wall. I can't do that here. I don't got enough wall space, but that avoided all of the data slowing down the processing and all of that by just running an actual background instead of a digital background. So that was pretty neat. This one's pretty rad too.
See, man, that looks like my house.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah,
mean,
that
this
is
guitar,
super cool.
This guitar down here kind of got a broken neck on it, but the rest of that looks pretty rad. Oh,
And
you
it
want to see
happens.
some... We can do some cool stuff to this. Watch this. Let's intensify the realistic realism of this and add nugs and beautiful artists to play these amazing instruments, and he will be smoking these nugs in realism.
Can
Let's
you
see
tell
if it
what is
takes
that on the bottom left, right under the coffee table? That box looking thing.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, whatever it is, it looks cool.
Substances. Please respect my safety
This is
instructions.
funny.
and ask
It yells
something
at me
else.
sometimes.
Yeah, she's mouthing off.
Yeah, she says, I'm sorry, but I cannot fulfill your request, as it does it anyway. So, yeah, so check these. These are rad, dude. These are super rad. All right, we're going to blow this up. I got to put that on a bigger one.
Oh, that is tight. Interesting. So they threw a lion in there. Uh-oh. I think I lost my friend. Hopefully he jumps back in. He might have hit the X. I've done that a million times. Let's see. Maybe his computer got really mad, divulging his secrets to making beautiful art and sharing it with the wrong people, meaning myself, who is a art thief and takes no credit for it. Yeah, hopefully we get back in. You know what? In the meantime, I'm going to play this pretty cool instrumental that one of my buddies, DJ Mowgli, sent to me. If you want to look for his stuff, I didn't put a link in. I apologize for that. I'm sometimes moving slow, but I think he's DJ Mowgli Gmail. Oh, no, not at Gmail. DJ Mowgli at on YouTube. And let's go. This one's called Youthful. This is where everybody freestyles. So what's going on, Great Liquor? What you up to tonight? Yeah. Precisely. That is awesome. Yeah, those cats are on beat. You just wait for the ladies to walk by like that. Yeah. Right on. Multitasking. Making money and enjoying the community. And quite amazing you made it to this silly little stuff. Hopefully JustMeArtFan's computer didn't explode. That would be painful. Don't forget to tell them that this is a wonderful deal. They're going to get the best prices. But not only just the best price from you, Grade 8 Liquor, they're also going to get your personal, unique service and touch. And that's why you are the right person for the job. Your exceptional service makes anything that they get from you a value. I don't know what the bid is for, the proposal, but it's worth it, I'm sure. All right, let's get JustMeArtFan is back. Partially. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. That was fun. I don't even know what happened. I just lost track of it.
Oh, really? Okay, so you've been gone for a while. I thought maybe like there's a private chat, so I see. I'm back. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I had lost track of where it went in my 10 windows. I had things going on.
I was vibing out with Great Liquor. We had cat emojis, dancing,
Nice.
bobbing our heads. This is one of the beats that my buddy DJ Mowgli sent to me. This one is motivating.
it.
I got some words collecting in my head.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it on
Yeah.
give me something.
Bust the flow, bust it out, busted it sick. And even though you know I'm in the back smoking a spliff, I just be like a frog of night, frogs of war, busting out your door, ready for more.
Yeah, ready for more. Just give you enough. I'm in the back of the club just trying to look tough. Not trying to get with the ladies, but trying to trying to get a maybe from somebody. I don't know where that goes.
Gotta kick it like it. Oh, it's over. I was about to hit it hard.
Well-
There we go. Yeah, let's do it again. Let's just mash it up, right?
I'll put it up a little bit.
There we go. Gotta kick the beat, yeah, you know it don't faze me. Even though I smoke the weed that keep you hazy. Got it blasted like a shotgun blast. Get your ass smoked like the cash. Hit it sick, I roll it up like a spliff. Yeah, tell his hoes suck my dick. And I tell him to step off and kick the rocks. And yeah, you can get it, bitch, kick them socks. I get the fat stacks, I got the fat sacks. And even though I get the fat stacks of cash, hit it fast like a shotgun blast. And I'ma hit it until I make the ounce last. Oh shit, it's gone, dude. I'ma have to walk to the store, not to be rude. And I'ma be dropping a dime on the fat fucking sack. And in the back, rolling a spliff, cause I'm back.
There's no idea which way this may go. Turn around, open up my asshole, let it explode on the scene. My foot fell off, it's kinda gangsta green. I don't really want to lean, I'd rather just fall and flop on the floor. I don't want to brawl with you no more. I'm a little bit soft to the core. I just washed up on the shore. Oh, no, just doing the opposite. Trying to row away from the flow. No gun smoke.
I like doing mashups.
Yeah, let me I'll put on a different one. So this one is called Pissed. And I could kind of feel it almost kind of has like a Prince type of ambiance to.
Well,
the artist formerly known as Prince.
I'll be right back. I gotta take a piss.
Get some tackle. Go get some tackling feel. Tackling feel. I'll hold off and get that beat going. I didn't really expect to try to freestyle today, and that's kind of fun. So that's always a plus in my book when we got music and motivation and some fun. So very interesting. Maybe we could offend somebody. Maybe I could offend myself. So, just to let people know, sometimes people think because I'm kind of honest with myself in certain ways, or sometimes I poke fun about myself. It's not. It's really not serious. It's just fun, and I also do know my limits. Like in like some like real serious talks, I understand that there's a lot of things that I will call failures on my path, and I'm okay with that. To me, I'm exceedingly ecstatic that I have at least that enough awareness to realize when I have been a piece of shit, or when I'm being a piece of shit, or when I avoided being a piece of shart. And so, to me, it's fun to have that real conversation and not, just toot my own horn like I'm on a special plane. And so sometimes it sounds like I'm being damaging, but that's not the case. You ready for a beat? I can't hear you. Oh, you're good. Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
Thinking of lyrics in my head, they kind of hazy. I stare at the man in the mirror and it don't faze me. Tired of people looking at down and they don't crazy.
Oh, man, dude, I need to turn my shit on right now. My brain's off, so everything I've been saying is just like, what? But I say it anyways because I don't really care. It's
let's
fun,
send it.
Yeah, let's do this shit. Here we go. There we go. I gotta get I like loud. I like my head.
I do
bust.
too. I like bass.
Yeah.
This is an interesting beat. Sometimes
It is.
You gotta listen to him a couple of times,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So sometimes it's good to just go a little into yourself and find out what heartstrings it's pulling on, what part of your body wants to react or not react. For me, this is like floating through some sort
Look
of
at me, I'm
drama.
crazy. That shit don't
Yeah.
faze me. Driving me crazy. Shit don't faze me, baby.
Yeah. Days are crazy, night's a stranger. Days are crazy, night's a stranger.
You crazy baby, why you always acting shady? Why the fuck can't you just act like a motherfucking lady? You shady, you crazy bitch baby. Get the fuck away from me, cause you ain't just for me. It's so
Yeah.
crazy, you know, just like
Yep.
send it.
I called her up, I begged for her to take me back. And once I got her back in the sack, I don't know, like I fucked it up again.
Oh yeah,
You
like
know?
like the Hobots on X, right?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
The Hobots.
I've never seen those.
Yeah. Oh, they're bad when you post fire.
Really?
Wait for it to drop. Yeah. We'll drop it. I'll wrap it right now.
Hell yeah.
Wait for it to drop. Them hoes, yeah. 'Cause you know they fucking crazy. They tryna fucking face me, dropping messages daily. Fuck them hobots crazy, shining they red flag daily. They groupies ain't even faze me, cause them bitches crazy. Loco, they poco, they can choke on my loco.
It went through my nostril and dropped like my tonsils. Excuse me, I can't flow because I haven't touched the bottle for a little too long, and sober could be quite the bitch sometimes. I'm feeling just a little too strong and I can't even pick up the dimes, cause here on my street corner,
Crazy, that chick had a baby, like 63 flags maybe. That shit's fucking crazy. Ain't shit gon' make me, cause that bitch is lazy. Her brain is quite crazy. Don't faze me, don't faze me.
yeah, don't faze me. Eyebrows raising, gotta feel the beat and not be lazy. Who's chasing?
She's like, as I put on my makeup and I do it every day, I just hope the guys look at me and don't think I'm gay. Why the fuck they staring at my ass and tits? I'm just a bitch. I'm rich.
I'm a bot, bitch. No, I'm not bot. I'm a bot. That cost a lot.
Barbie, that's so lazy. You can't fucking pay me. That bitch is just crazy and lazy. Don't faze me. Her fake shit is crazy. The day's in and lazy.
I'm a bot. I'm about to serve you some Monsanto's made tater tots. Got some poison in
We'll
my
get 'em
veins.
with the food and we'll poison them in the air, in the water, and we'll make it all really unclear. Not where to turn, not what direction. I don't give a fuck. You can't even see the reflection.
Uh-oh, I had a lower half resurrection.
Let's see what other beats you got, man. This is fun. I'm having fun.
Yeah, this is cool. Well, let me see. So, first I gotta figure out how to stop this. Yeah, let me drop something else in there, because what I did is, so that you get a clear, I loaded it into StreamYard.
I am a bass nut. Definitely a bass nut. I love bass. I like that good old, I like them bass riffs, the deep wobble bass, the bassy bass.
Yeah, and I don't have a lot on this, but let me pull up something. Excuse me.
I don't know. It's like a lot of the stuff that I even source would be like no copyright music through like YouTube or any programs that I have to have them preloaded in their library editing, which still gets flagged on TikTok. Like I can choose a beat that has been approved to use in a template on a video editor and then go take it in it, and it automatically links with my TikTok part of this video editing program, and then it will flag it for copyright and strip the sound out. I'm like, you guys are in the same program together. Figure your shit out.
I know I had like used some, just music to like meditate to and stuff like that. Just like ambiance and stuff like that. And not that it matters because I'm not making any money from this. And again, I don't have like viewers or anything like that. No, but it's like, like this, the people who, whatever, that's copyright on this stuff. And I'm like, oh, all right, that's cool. Let's see, did I get another one?
Well, it's like, I'll get good, maybe doing the no copyright, but I would much rather learn to make my own music.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's like some pretty good free software that you could get. One of them is like MPC Beats. It's nice if you have like a little keyboard to use with it, but you don't really need anything fancy. And that's a pretty good software. But the problem for me is memory. That starts taking up a lot of space.
This is probably one of the fanciest phones I ever had, and I had it most of its life before I even knew it came with one of these fancy things.
Excuse me.
But I mean,
what does it come with?
S Pen.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so this is probably the fanciest phone I've ever had, and I didn't even know the capabilities of it until October of last year. So, literally, so if I open my gallery, for example, I don't know, you might be able to see this, but so I made a card. I don't know.
Let me make it bigger.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but
anyway. I can't really see it because I'm just seeing too much reflection.
Yeah, but in this particular phone, I can sticker images. Oh, that's cool. But I can basically remove them from the background with my pen. I can do a lot of my video editing right off of my phone, which I want to say 98.7 probably % of all of my videos and my art was made off of my phone. All of the video editing, everything. And just barely recently have I started transitioning over to this computer because we had to move out of our place. It was costing us way too much. We downsized, all that, whatever. I'm over that. But so I ended up selling our riding lawnmower because obviously I don't need a riding lawnmower anymore. And we bought this computer station for the whole JustMeArtFan, the podcast, the art, the programs and stuff like that. And so far it's been really great.
Have you ever heard of Jerky Boys?
Maybe.
Yeah, so it's like back in the day when Adam Sandler made tapes. You'd make a tape and you could go into a record store and buy a tape of Adam Sandler with jokes and Opera Man and all this type of stuff. A Jerky Boys did the crank calling.
Okay.
Yeah, and I
had a pretty sheltered childhood.
And that stuff you might, I don't know how old you are, but depending, might be a little. I'm 44.
I'm 38.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah.
Possible. They did crank calls.
Okay.
And they had one about a lawnmower, and the guy was, "You's a lazy son of, you got a lawnmower that you walk on, or the one that you sit on?" He goes, "Well, it's the one you sit on. You's a lazy son of a bitch, ain't you?"
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, that's the old fucking slapstick humor.
Yeah. My stepdad, he used to watch a lot of the Munsters and Green Acres and Get Smart, that old slapstick, and those were great. Yeah, I just several times he'd be awake 3 o'clock in the morning, and several times I come up, take a pee, and there he is half asleep, half awake,
watching
Monsters.
away.
Yep.
Hey, so
Good times.
you mind holding it down for a second? I'm going to go take a quick bathroom break, and you want me to play this beat?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let me get it going. This one's called "Doing It Right." Salute. Let's see. There we go.
Interesting. This is a hard one. Yeah, this is a hard one. At least for me. Couldn't really rap this one. I'd almost have to sing like a rocker. Yeah. Feeling kinda groovy, getting in the mood. I don't know, this one's tough. This would be a challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
This is a hard beat. It's very... So it's like, I could, but it's the tempo's so fast, trying to... you'd almost have to be real quick with the words, because the tempo's so fast, and it's hard to stay with it.
Yeah, especially it's really hard to do it over the web as well.
Well, and it's like rat-tat-tat-tat-tat, you know, just how it's tappy real fast. So if it was like slowed down and maybe had some more bass in it, but you know, it's not to say there's other artists out there that I'm sure would find a groove in that and bust it like some, you know, groovy stuff. But
yeah, me personally, I kind of like a bit of darker beats. I'm kind of into almost like the old school like rap.
I like old school rap mixed with EDM, mixed with like dubstep.
Yeah, I could kind of when I came back, heard you humming a little bit. I kind of seen like a little bit of a Snoop Dogg type of flow going on, like one of his like low keys, like you know.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to feel into it, but I was like, this is a hard one, man. This is a hard one.
Yeah. See, that's why. So I'll just play. This is why I went with these ones.
Did you ever listen to any Sickick? Have you ever heard of Sickick?
No.
He's a dude that he mixes his own stuff right there on the spot. Wears a mask. He's got YouTube videos. He makes some stuff that's real cool. But I like a lot of his beats. I think are pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, there's everybody kind of has their own like preference for flows, and like sometimes there's a beat like everyone's like, oh, everybody wants to get on this beat.
Right. Well, I'm versatile, but it's like I'm still narrowed down to what I'm capable of or I'm comfortable with, and somebody might be able to jump right on it and be able to slay that motherfucker.
Well, for me, when it comes to, you guys could probably, if anybody seeing this, you could probably tell that vocally I am not in the flow state, as they say, and.
I want to
You
get
know,
a voice synthesizer.
yeah, I have. I could mess with my voice a little bit if I had it going through the my mixer, get a little bit of reverb and stuff like that, and that does kind of help. I also like for flowing. I do prefer a like a large diaphragm mic, like a condenser mic, because it's for me just a little bit like smoother. But for like having a chat, these type of mics for me are my favorite. Because they pick up your true voice. Like it
Right.
sounds like what I would sound like in person. And so
So I used a free app at one point in time, and I forgot which one, and I haven't been able to find it. But I was able to have a whole list of how I would want to synthesize my voice. I could do it like robots, frogs, or all kind of different, type it into a database and find it. And it was really cool, dude, and I wish I could find it again, and I can't. And it was
Yep.
free, and it was good.
I looked at a few vocal pedals and just kind of just for messing around and like just for, even chatting and stuff like that, just to be able to kind of have different, I don't know, I like weird shit. Make the voice sound weird and all that type of stuff. And there's so many of them. So a lot of times when there's too many choices, I just get confused.
Dude, I watched some videos the other day of two dudes playing hand pans with some real bassy-based music. It's probably the coolest videos I've ever seen. Hand pans and bass.
Hand pans?
Yeah, hand pan. Ding, 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 ding. Like all them. You ever seen a hand pan?
Oh, like the fucking UFOs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 But these guys were playing some like trap music style bassy with hand pans.
That's tight right there, because the hand pans are badass.
This was probably the coolest bassy song I've ever heard, man. And I was like, it was like 2.5 months ago. I probably have it saved like 9,000 images ago or videos ago, but I wanted to drop some lines on it.
Yeah, I had a, I don't know if it's in here or not, but me and some of my friends and family will get together and we'll do like some like meditation, and then after we'll kind of like party and stuff, and or just whatever, kick it. People do whatever they want, nobody trips. And at my buddy's house, he's the one who gave me these beats, but he has a hand pan, he has a shitload of just different drums, and
Cool.
sometimes I'll bring my guitar over. I'm really good at playing the singing bowl because one note, right?
Yeah, I like singing bowls.
I could do one note all day.
I think I had 3 of them. I think they've grown legs, between roommates and kids and stuff. But I mean, yeah,
Yep.
I love singing bowls. Right pressure, right angle. Ooh, I get that baby to sing to me.
Yeah, I love it. Man, I don't know where it's at, where I have to dig it up, but man, just getting the ambiance. So they're really good. I'm not really that like great of a rhythm player or anything like that. Just not my thing. Even with the beat making, I did it for fun, and I didn't make many beats, but I would rather just do the lyrics. That was always my preference.
I'm great for inspiration, so it's like I would be great for lyric. I mean, I guess I would want to make my own, but I'd kind of want to put a synth voice on it.
I mean, I
Probably
want to make my own. It just it's
Have
just
you ever
hard.
heard
It's
of
just been hard for me.
Have you ever heard of a loop mixer? I want to get a loop mixer and figure out how to do that.
Well, the one that I was telling you about is the loop mixer. The MPC Beats one is a loop mixer, and it's based off like the very famous like what is it called? The Akai, the MPK. So I got like the little baby one.
I don't even know what that means. Oh wow, that's fancy.
This
gotta
is like
keep-
the the cheap guy one. And so you have the pads, right? And so you put your you could split all your samples and stuff like, but on the original ones, you have all the computer inside, and you split your samples from inside and all that stuff, and you program it internally.
Okay.
This one has to connect to the program that they have, and you could do a lot with it.
Huh.
People have made super cool beats. I made some stuff that's kind of. Oh, let me see. I'll show you.
So I'm like the last time I even touched a music app or anything like that, we're talking Fruity Loops mixer back in like the 90s.
Oh yeah.
And I couldn't figure it out because I
That shit's
wasn't
hard.
like if I knew then what I know now, I could probably figure it out.
It's hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
it's-
Music is very hard. It's hard for the overlapping, the tunes, the timing, the rhythm. It's got to be on point.
Well, you were kind enough to put a comment on my bell, and so my brother wanted me to. He heard something that he wanted, like the meditation bell thing, and he said, "Well, can you do this like this timing for me, and do it like with a real bell and stuff like that?" And so just fucking 2 sounds, dude. 2 sounds, and I'm not even happy with what I got, literally. But I use weird stuff like that for to inspire like my dreaming transition. So I like that space where
It's-
like I'm
It's
falling asleep.
semantics. It's semantics. All the old world bells that were removed used to ring with a resilient, beautiful, healing frequency. Bing, ringing to ohms frequency, and heal you. Yeah, music. All the different chants of sacred space. Same thing. Quantum entanglement.
Oh yeah, and see, having a hard time like finding groups to like meditate with because a lot of people still think that stuff's super weird, and I get it. I understand why people think it's weird, and I don't blame anybody. But for me, it just resonates well. Like it feels really good, and it's a really interesting and fun way to connect with people. What do we do when we normally connect with people? We smoke a joint or, drink some beer or eat some dinner or all of the above, right? Damn, my mic's clipping or what? And so it's just like it changes the formula when you start connecting people in different ways. And it's just
In positive frequencies and positive energies, it has a better
exactly,
outcome.
and precisely. Oh, let me show
So
you.
it's yeah. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Keep talking. It takes a second to upload.
Okay. I was gonna say it's like semantics in the way that music was switched out of the solfeggio frequencies that were natural and healing. That when you hit a solfeggio frequency, the semantics being the structure of the way things are put together on an atomic level have resonance to the energy ambient around it. So if you are in a pentatonic scale or the solfeggio frequency or natural harmonics, those structures will literally shift themselves into beautiful, natural geometric structures. And we're talking that's down to molecular levels, like your DNA, all of the water that we're made up of, and all that cool stuff. But when they shifted the music scale out of the solfeggio frequencies, that actually keeps us in a distorted state of semantics that has the same effect on us, but in a not nice way.
Yep. And so kind of back to that theme of poison and detox. So I don't know if I said it, but I was getting towards it. I was thinking about, poison. I was going to just talk about different things that are kind of unfortunate that their carelessness in the world, to put it nicely, right? And then I thought, you know what? I got Russ on here. Let's change the game a little bit because I felt like a kind of breaking through that stuff is more what you're about.
We know the black pill is there, but we can rise above that and just be a shining light.
Precisely. I'll just show you a little short one that I did on NPC Beats
Send it.
a while ago. It's hard. It's a challenging, should I say? A very simple, but this is the best. One of the best that I could do so far on that particular machinery. Let's see. Just get a little volume on it. Won't go too high. Kind of more for like, actually like video cinematography type of stuff.
Hits from the bone. Taking hits from the bone. I love this song.
You know what song that's
Fire
from?
it up. Oh yeah, that's Cypress Hill, homie. Taking
Nope.
hits from the bone. Oh, dude, isn't this it's in How High the movie? Cypress Hill.
Let's see.
Fire it up. Yeah.
If anybody on the chat knows
Who is
where
it?
the
Maybe
sample is
it's,
from,
pick it, pluck it, fire it up. Yeah, you know you put it in the.
But I-
you know what's up? I'm gonna hit it fat. Yeah, as I roll this fat sack into a joint. Yo, homie, look at that. We gonna take a ride. We gonna jump inside. We know we gonna light this bitch and get high. Yeah, you know what's up, and I just rolled it up with the buck. I don't give a fuck, homie. What's up? Rolling down the windows and we on the I-5. Yeah, my eyes are getting heavy and we getting fucking fly. Even though we riding and we getting really high, we just having the motherfucking time of our lives. Chilling off that, and yeah, you know we chilling strong. And then my homie basses out the bone. Plus it to the back, and then I'ma hit it fat, and then I'ma pass out in the back.
I remember when Cheech and Chong went on Mike Tyson's smoke box room, and they were like,
It's
You know-
Cheech and Chong.
it was before the
It's from the
2020
bomb.
election. Yeah, and
The 2020
Chong was
election
like-
was an insurrection.
Chong was like
That's
that
when they
fucking
tried to bust
bastard.
the deflection.
that fucking bastard is the one putting fucking people away for fucking weed and stuff like that. Talking about
Dude.
Biden, and Mike Tyson's like, no, man, he's a changed man. He's reformed himself. I'm like, oh, what the hell, dude? This dude's fucking paid off or what, man? Because if you ever go back and watch that, it was a really fucking weird scene. Yeah, they're fucking chilling, smoking out, and this dude's protecting Biden, claiming that he is a good dude. Very weird. So that's
It's all the psyops. Psyops of the cops. The cops and the psyops, they run for fucking blocks. The shit runs deep, you know, they keep it discreet. And then they drop it like it's hot, cause it's all in the street. It's on the signs, it's in the food, it's in front of you, dude. I don't mean to be a buzz, but it's kinda rude.
See, you got that one. That one rolls pretty easy. That one's kind of
Yeah,
a little
I-
easier to roll on, right?
I like the stuff that's really catchy that you can roll easy with, and the reason why is let's say we were to drop a verse that's like triple platinum, but it's our own unique beat that's rhymey like that, that's real catchy, and do it like Dax, be like throw out the alcohol mashup, Dear Alcohol, right? And then let people come back with their own version of their own mashups, you know, that are inspirational from the heart's space, but it's still super fly, it's super catchy, but then it rings like a resilient wave that everything that your beautiful wave touches then turns beautiful like Midas touch.
Right. Hell yeah.
Yep.
So that was Preacher Man.
Preacher Man.
Son of a preacher man.
Dude, so I could rhyme that up a million ways from Sunday right there. I love that beat.
Right on. It's kind of a weird because it's actually a little bit like off, but it's not
Yeah,
off
so-
once it gets going. It's not off. But watch, let me see if it will start from the beginning, and just because I actually tried to add different sounds, but it was weird, and so I just ended up going, okay, I'm gonna loop this, and I used it like on some edited videos to kind of have like a dramatic ending, right, and stuff like that, because you know, we do some preaching as well. Whether you like it or not, there'll be some preaching. You hear that? You hear how it started?
Yeah. probably for copyright, non-copyright infringement. So they threw. I thought about doing a beat similar to this, but throwing a bunch of effects in it, like sound effects, like a bunch of pop, little pop and pop, you know, a bunch of little catchy stuff.
Well, that's the first thing that I actually pulled a sample. So I took that sample. I went to YouTube. You know, got the audio file from the the Pulp Fiction song. Well, that was on that soundtrack, and chopped that little tiny piece out. And I thought I would actually have more parts to it and more transitions, but then it sounded jacked, and so I was like, well, I could salvage a little piece of this, and it could be fun.
Right.
I'll show you if you're willing. This is kind of a weird song that I did. I think this is, I do art, just whatever comes to me, whatever comes out. And this is something that I think just came out, maybe a little bit emotional, but it was kind of a fun song for me. And you could talk over it and stuff like that. Just going to play it there. And
Okay. Yeah, it's like that video that I made that I dropped in my JustMeArtFan server.
Which one? The last one or the one before the last?
It's got the February 6th one, and it's got the guy in the hoodie that says "Just Me" with the cool glasses and just a black backdrop.
Let's see. So I know I watched any videos that you dropped in there. Yeah, those videos are so fucking cool, man. I love watching them.
Yeah, this one was right above. So I had the Frog Dragon, I had the book mystery adventure picture, and 4 dragons and some eye stuff, and there's a video right above that.
Right above the Frog Dragon?
The Frog Dragon, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a bunch of those after that. So it's just an avatar guy in a hoodie with a black backdrop around it. It's a video. Right after your message that says, "Damn, your art is tripping me out." Cool.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Because I know it. Okay, then I know I watched that one because I remember seeing that video after. It was kind of cool. I was walking in the rain after walking my little one to the love the new video. Yeah, after I walked my daughter to school. Struggles.
Yeah, I was out there watching it while I was smoking a cigarette out there dancing to it. I like this song. It's just good vibe. I like lo-fi. I like lo-fi beats. I love chill step. And Alan Watts' chill step, I like listening to him. He talks about a great many philosophy with a really good atmosphere, chill step vibe, kind of like this. A lot of videos that are really cool.
This is my Alan Watts impersonation beard.
Now let's talk. Now let's gather round. We will talk about the things that matter so much in life that most people seem to ignore. As the Dalai Lama would say, or the Buddhist wheel, or the Zen, we talk about energy. We talk about the frequency. This is why you click on Alan Watts' Chill Step on YouTube, and we have a great time.
I love when he cracks a joke and the audience loves it, and to hear his laugh from catching the audience's attention is freaking so cool.
Well, I've watched so many of Alan Watts's chill step video. He has so many. Just write in chill step Alan Watts, and I've run into people, like just random people, and they're like, "Whoa, you listen to Alan Watts?" And I'm like, "Dude, yeah. Are you kidding? You don't?" They're like, "Oh, I just started." I'm like, "I'm sorry, I did not just start." But yeah, cool.
I had to take a pause from Alan Watts because
I get it in spurts. I don't
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to pick and choose what is right for you, what resonates with you, because I trust no one, right? And don't believe everything, but research everything and find out what you want.
Yeah, I think his stuff is great. makes
it's
makes-
logical.
it makes a
philosophy.
philosophy that he's representing very clear. I
We
think he
both
does.
said philosophy.
Yep.
That's cool.
And yeah, sometimes, even, listening to it again, or in a different arena, right? Maybe without the ambiance music, sometimes with it, sometimes falling asleep, sometimes awake,
Well, it's
sometimes
like
driving, sometimes not. And you just,
for
there's
me,
something that you need sometimes that you get.
and it's always in divine timing that I get it as I need it.
Precisely.
Because if I go back and try and re-step and re-listen to it, it's like it didn't really resonate the same time, or I got the message that I needed out of it the first time in its own divine timing. So they're still really neat. They're still really good to listen to. I wouldn't knock it because it's good positive philosophy
great
for
stuff.
sure.
Great
Yeah.
stuff. Great stuff. I love it. I absolutely adore it. There, actually, one of the dear books that I read, it was his. It was transcriptions from his radio show, and the book.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna step out and have a smoke real quick, but I can still hear you talking, and I like
Cool.
listening. So
You know, and-
definitely keep doing that.
And what I'm gonna do too is, while you're doing that, I'm gonna play the Lament song that I sent to you
Okay.
from Pops, and we'll kind of just chill out to that. It's just a few minute song. Here
Nice.
we go. So this is Lament from Grandfather Dragonfly. Amazing composer and guitar player. He's doing the electric and the acoustic parts. A bit of a, well, not a bit of a lament, but this is Lament number 1. It's a series of works that he did to honor his wife, who had moved on from this physical existence to do great work as a celestial being, and doing great work she is. And this was to show his love and his desire to reunite with her. So I'm going to hit the play button and shut my mouth. Woo! That one means a lot to me. Wow, I feel like I just kind of got transformed just in that process of listening and being with that melody and with the sounds and with the emotions. And it kind of pulled me, it pulled me away from my thinking self and allowed me to be my feeling self momentarily. And I don't know about you, but I am more often my thinking self than anything else. And so it's a invited experience to, quiet that down a little bit and kind of just allow myself or whatever to just be. Nothing very complex, nothing elaborate, nothing that takes a huge amount of effort. I think a lot of us, we have something that will kind of take us into that space. Sometimes it could be a certain smell.
That was a good song.
Wasn't it gorgeous?
That was awesome. If you
Yeah.
could only imagine my spirit flying free, I would take flight, yeah. I would just let it be. If you could only imagine, let me be. Riding my waves of light, shining so bright, and let it be. Yeah, that's what I was like ringing in my head, right?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I love that music where,
It's inspirational. It's moving. It
Yeah.
carries power and energy with it, and then you can add more energy to it to amplify it. And it's like the same technology they use against us, like MK Ultra beta waves programming. It's like, no, I'm gonna take your beta waves and I'm gonna shift them into something beautiful, and I'm gonna shove them right up your by waking up people in a very positive way.
exactly. And that's how, the detoxing begins. We take, these things that are thrown at us for different purposes, different reasons. I don't know if you were saying this earlier, or maybe it was something I was listening to, but there's something called anthropomorphic resonance,
Yes.
and there's a powerful scientific studies behind it. So it's not simply theoretical.
That was in a live mic on Cool Frog Show. One of the cool gentlemen that is involved in the cool chats that we go on in there was talking about that, and there was some really cool, neat stuff on. It might have been Pastor, or I could be wrong,
Might have been me,
but it might have been you.
I think it was.
But yeah, it was really cool. I liked it. I was like, ooh, I seen all of the things. I love the electromagnetic universe, and people don't realize how involved and how very involved we are as an electromagnetic being on quantum fields interacting with this very matrix. That's a suppressed thing.
And just how
heavily.
powerful we are, and just how strong our ability to adapt is as well. And so, somebody could, these frequencies, they help to resonate in a particular way. And then someone thinks, okay, well, what if we change the frequency and do a little experiment on these unknowing folks and see what happens?
What
And
if we
so-
shifted the pattern?
Yeah, and then so they change a little frequency, and we're kind of, whatever. We go above it. We go above
Right.
that frequency, and we connect back with our original frequency, with the
With our original divine self at its-
forever frequency.
at its most natural divine state, unsuppressed in its raw wholeness of awesome and amazing and sharing. Yep. It's really amazing that you know, even a lot of the information and a lot of our own journeys has been available in these kind of topics. You know, we're versed in it. You know, some a lot, some intricately. Some of them have a knowledge in a great many things, but not all of it. But it's an electromagnetic universe that is very resilient, and us being highly adaptable and interacting with it. It's when you can kind of see past that construct, you realize that we can rearrange it. It's just like any good idea. Like take the deep state or the constructs of the system. They've taken any good idea and turned it into ugly and used against us. And it's like, well, we have the same capability of turning their ugly into something beautiful and throw it out there.
Precisely. It's precisely jujitsu. And
Yeah.
there's a there was, I don't know, you know, I'm sure there's many people who recognize this, but something that is divine, something that is truly clean and powerful and beautiful, it's going to be a target for darkness. Obviously.
So the brighter you
Obviously.
shine, the brighter you shine, the more energy you shine brightly, the more you are susceptible to being under attack by the other things that are the opposite of that. So it's like, if you're going to walk brightly and shine brightly, walk that walk, talk that talk, and put on the armor of God, because be prepared. Haters are going to hate, and demons are going to, they don't do what they do. You know, it's a psychological attacks, it's spiritual attacks, it's physical manifestations within situations and people and other things. You know, and it's like a big test. And it's like, if you fail this test, well, you can be comfortable for a while, but you're going to run into that same test again until you choose to either bump your head against that wall and do it again and again and again, or you're going to take the lesson and blessing in that, and you're going to rise above to the next level. You know,
Yep.
the universe is a finicky teacher like that.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing because I learned so much in the darkness, in the pain, in the suffering, in the guilt, you know, and all these things, and I respect it, and I thank God for these
It's a
lessons.
blessing.
I thank God for the blessing, and I pray that my path is more gentle at the same time.
Well, here's the thing, and it's a great quote from the Bible. But God uses broken vessels, and the reason that I believe in my heart that God uses broken vessels, we've all been through the mud and the gutter. You know, we've all made bad choices. We've all chose at this point in our lives to rise above and be better. You know, and that's all part of it. It's all part of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories where I mean, in all religions, where there was someone who might have, well, you know, the stories, just for instance, there's like a Buddhist story where there was this man who, you know, would just kill people and stuff like that and scare everybody, you know, cause fear and everything. And, you know, nobody would want to be caught in the woods, you know, with this guy around because, you know, it's going to be unpleasant. So, you know, the story goes Buddha's walking through the woods, and I can't remember the name of this particular persona. It starts, you know, walking behind Buddha, and the Buddha just kind of carries on as usual, right? Just going to where he's going. And the guy says, "Hey, you know who I am? And, you know, stop, you know, you're supposed to be afraid of me," and all this stuff. And he
But he's
says,
not. But he's
and
not.
he's not afraid. And the guy says something like, you know, stop running away or something like that. And Buddha says, I'm not running. You know, you're the one who's running. And
Why so defensive? Because I'm not giving you reaction as you would wish. Right.
yeah, and according to the lore, this person was enlightened and repented and lived the rest of his life in very, very gentle servitude, very pacifist servitude.
Well, it's generally like when a lot of times when people lash out, it will be because they have unhealed traumas within themselves. And a lot of times our egos will act in reaction, and then we end up with an explosive, volatile situation. But if you take a step back, get a 360 view, and then get an aerial view, you can see the whole perception of it. You know, all angles, all sides, all possibilities of it. But so if it's like, if somebody wants to come at me sideways, I'm going to act in a space of love. I'm not going to give my energy away to them or my power away to them, I'm not going to lower my vibration to resonate at their level to deal with where their traumas are. I'm going to come at my shining level of light, you know, and love and light them and be like, you know, and eventually it could change their lives. They could be like, look, you're the first person that hasn't just, you know, you're different from all of the rest. Why? You know, and it could literally change somebody's life.
Yeah, I think kind of just in regards to associating that with the story and talking about trauma, and you could specify trauma if one wishes to.
That's a very broad spectrum.
Yeah, and we could put different things in there, but basically we could also just call it programming to a certain degree. Or negative programming.
Yeah, indoctrination, conditioning, you know, precognitive conditioning to act a certain way because we all been programmed to think and act and feel, and even on the chemical levels of the food, the drink, the air, the water, everything, to chemical compounds act, you know, it's like red dye 40. You eat stuff with that, you get anxiety and depression. There's a fine example. And then it keeps us in a state of lowered vibration. You know, diet will lower your vibration and your frequency as an electromagnetic being. You know, we're capable of vibrating so much higher.
Absolutely. And when we kind of start to realize that sometimes we are running away from something, and sometimes we are actually running to something.
Well, even not necessarily running away or running to. Let's say a lot of people will just acknowledge it, but then not handle it, and they'll just accept it and be okay with it. But then that also puts you in a complacent, stagnant vibration. It seems like in a lot of senses. It's like, so that would hold me and my own self from vibrating higher by blocking myself from my own blessings or my own diving into myself at its core and not handling the things that which I choose or may not choose, that would essentially allow my ego to step aside while I raise my vibration higher.
And I think that's part of the reason why I found myself in this type of space where I could stream on Rumble and not on YouTube for the most part because I didn't want to sacrifice certain realities. And I didn't want to...
You didn't want to sacrifice being authentic and true to yourself to bend to somebody else's rules, to be some sort of complacent to something that doesn't maybe or necessarily serve your moral compass.
Precisely and exactly. Yeah, and furthermore, it might have been impossible.
Right.
You know, for whatever that's worth.
I feel that we're super blessed to have the opportunities to communicate on the levels that we are. Just in the, I really got more involved since they turned the the Twitter to X. Just based on things that I kind of knew, I guess. It was like, okay, well, we're gonna push more free speech, even though it's still an active crime scene that's messed up. But we still get the availability to post our truths, post our memes, do our art, do our culture, really expose and push the truth out there, and be able to network with people. So it's still a great, fantastic time to be alive, for sure.
Well, it always is. And I think a lot of people's biggest problem is boredom and being unthrilled by the magnitude of mystery on this planet. And people will actually kill themselves because they're so bored, and for some reason they're so suffocated by and I could, and it's,
It's just a
I could
web
actually
of so many things. It's a
Yeah.
web of so many things. It's when you get depressed, you get sucked into these other things that only further the cycle of depression or the psychological issues or problems, and the indoctrination or the programming, if you will, and it's a bad vicious cycle. So it's like I used to fight depression a lot my whole life, like world burn around me and I'd lose it, I'd have my meltdowns. It's like, well, now it happens. It's like in my spare time, I have decided to be as positive in a positive way as I can, no matter what. It's like I have taken a creative outlet with art. I started putting it on clothes that's also inspirational. I started spreading love, light, and joy in my messages and my art to every day to people. Videos also morphing up people's stuff for them, sending it back, and just watching the smiles roll. Networking friends to friends, and just growing a wave of love and light that only just keeps growing and growing. Because it's like, imagine you get like 15% of the people to vibrate very high, and then it turns into 20, and then 20 keeps growing, and eventually it just keeps growing and keeps growing and keeps growing. But when you get united strong collectively, like the collective, the majority of the collective to vibrate at a very high resonant energy, well, then that's going to shift the algorithm.
Yep, the formula and the ingredients. When the formula and the ingredients changes, the outcome changes.
Yep.
And that
Well,
is
we
where
will
the
literally
worst.
we will literally get out of it what we put into, and if we're not willing to put our heart and soul in it, by golly, we won't get our heart and soul back out.
Yeah, and for somebody like you said, this is a very, for me, I like to believe that we're all here for a purpose. I can't tell you that I know, whether, we reincarnate or not. To me, it sounds like that makes sense, but I don't have any, my only experience that I have that I could speak for from my own deeper self is I've been through experiences, and through those experiences, my realization was I've done this a million times over. This is not really a new activity for me to be a human, and not a new activity for other people that I encounter to be human with me or I with them. And so this is a time where there's going to be a need for stubborn, bullheaded people, and people who are not excessively reserved about saying what's on their mind and what they've noticed, and what
Honesty isn't nice. It's like if you really, truly, and unconditionally care about people and love them, you will be honest with them in a way that's constructive criticism if that's what the situation that desires. You won't pussyfoot around their feelings to make them feel comfortable, but you will be straightforward honest in the most loving way that you can, because truth is honest, is love. And that's also, it's like, if we didn't have any of the bad shit that we went through, or let's say even if we knew everything, if we knew what was going to happen, if we knew it all, there would be no beauty in it, because by golly, we wouldn't experience beauty in itself. It merely wouldn't exist. If we knew everything, beauty wouldn't exist. It's divine. Everything's in divine order. It's a yin and it's a yang balance. Perfectly aligned.
You ever heard the song Karma Chameleon?
Uh-uh.
The Boy George song, Karma, 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 Karma Chameleon. You come and go.
Maybe. Maybe.
Well, it's probably a
Maybe.
good thing, maybe, that you don't. But yeah, there's a quote, and I remember finding the source and running into it later, but they sample a quote at the beginning of the song that says, familiarity. Oh, that's a wrong song, but familiarity breeds. I'm drawing a blank. Anybody out there could help me on this one? I'd appreciate that. Familiarity like breeds resentment was basically what it was. Familiarity breeds resentment. Okay. But it was kind of an interesting thought, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but I could see how it could happen. And I would really love to try to represent one of your videos if...
Oh, if you can get into my Discord, all you gotta do is pull one up. But if you're in StreamYard, you'll have to open it up in the, not in Windows, in the one before that, to get the sound. Otherwise, you can get it in the window, but you can't get the sound in window display.
Oh.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way. Because I could play a video with no sound, but if I open it up in the first tab of Windows selections, which is like the Edge browser, whatever it is, then you get the sound. But you can't talk your mic over the sound when a video is playing. I haven't figured that part out yet.
So let's see, I'm still confused a little bit on how to use this. I know...
I'm good at getting lost in multiple windows to share as displays through the same options, because I get so much stuff going on.
Let's see, so there's your video. Okay, let me try this. Let's see if I can figure it out. So I found the video.
Yes. So when I was doing it earlier, I was telling my buddies, I was like, look, I'm going to play this for 5 seconds. If you hear some, and then I'll stop it. If you hear sound, say something. If you don't, say something.
Okay. Now let's try that. Then let me get the share screen. Yeah, I remember doing a video. I had a bunch of videos bookmarked. And so I had a bunch of windows open, and then I, did a little stream, and found out that
yeah, my friend Pam.
There's no noise.
My friend Pam sent me a couple of really good videos on OBS Ninja that I still got to watch, because that was another streaming option outside of StreamYard. But StreamYard was a pretty simple layout, so I see the window. And then what you can do is you'll blow it up first, but I would turn the volume down so it's not super cranked, because I like my stuff super cranked. So go to the volume, turn it about 3/4, and then blow it up full screen. And then hit play, and I'll tell you if you get sound. Yeah, I got sound.
I could probably crank it up a little more. Can you hear me?
My videos run a whole lot of data, so it struggles sometimes.
Oh.
That's
Let me
working
bring it
good,
back.
Yeah, I made all these frogs last night.
They're sick, dude.
Made all of this art last night. And then the video editing.
How long does that take?
That video took me about 2.5 hours with all of the different effects that I added to it. And then by the time I had made all the art, we'll add another hour for all the images that I had made.
Damn, that is intense.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Yeah, it is. So I guess it's just kind of freezing a little bit. Might be my
Yeah,
computer too, because mine's been acting up a bit. Got mad at me when I was doing that damn bell.
Yeah. Mine
The
has
Uncommon
issues
Ground.
too. Yeah.
Check out Uncommon Grounds. That looks like Grandfather Dragonfly on the left.
I was going after my buddy CQ, trying to recreate him wearing a JustMeArtFan. And like my
A nice
art
hat.
creation.
Digital henna.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do a live show after we get off of this podcast. I'm gonna do a late night live show, probably for like a 4-hour stream, and create more.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And you're gonna do that on your JustMeArtFan.com on Rumble. I'm sorry, JustMeArtFan on Rumble. And I put the link in
on
there,
Rumble.
so anybody that wants to
Cool.
jump over there, the link is in there. Man,
Like that
Come
stuff's
on.
so detailed. It's so
dude,
cool.
so insane. So insane. I love fucking lamps. I'm a sucker for lamps too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one
Like
is bad.
Electronic equipment in realism with these frogs in it is super fun. And I like graffiti too. I love graffiti art in the backgrounds.
Yeah,
'Cause you
that
can
is
do-
too freaking cool.
You can do some super cool stuff with the graffiti in the AI generators.
Let me see. I'm gonna pull out for a second. I just want to bring up. You got time for one? I don't know if I could find the video with the pills, like with the frogs, the warrior frogs, and there's pills flying through the air.
Oh, that's just you zoom up.
One up, right?
Screw. No, you just in your Discord just keep scrolling up, and I've got a whole in my Just Me Art Fan. If you get into that server, in my general chat, I have got a buttload of art in there.
Yeah, let me just pull that up real quick because
It's
I want to get
it's
yeah.
a lot.
Oh, dude, it's so freaking cool.
It's a
So,
lot.
Let's see. Here we go. Let me pull that one up. Let me.
It's a lot, man. I put
Right.
a lot in there. Yeah, if you can blow it up bigger, it's like his sweater has got so much texture. His skin has so much texture.
I don't know how to blow it up bigger.
Oh, so I had to right click on it and open it up in a new window, and then I could draw it out in a new window.
Let's see.
And then the other question is if you get it in a new bigger window, do I see it on the display?
Oh,
yeah, it blows up.
I could do
yeah,
that.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So then you
So
can
that one
get
I'm
a
doing
jet-
like Command Plus. So tell us a little bit about this artwork.
So it was, my passion. I love the Matrix. I love the red pills of truth. And I'm a sucker for frogs, man. I frog the world, dude. I love frogs. I love them ribbiting. I'll hold them when they're in the backyard. I love frogs. I really like frogs. And I like making stuff in creative ways with hyper-realistic realism. So this was cool. It didn't quite pull it off quite like I wanted, but it was pretty darn close. I went after extremely highly detailed, textured, graphic black skin on a realistic frog, and it was supposed to have luminous red spots glowing, and like it was supposed to have a few other details in there. But I mean, this was kind of between all the different variations. This one came out pretty rad. So I usually just roll with these prompts, and it comes out with several different variations as I roll with it and change different things and different batches of them. So I like doing the patriotic stuff too. And AI hates spelling, so if you see stuff that doesn't have right spelling on it, that's obviously a given that.
Yeah, I learned that from your video. You said, sometimes you can command it to, spell correctly. And I think in one of yours it was like, spell correctly. This one.
Like sometimes I'll have to be like, I would like to see this spelled correctly, that I can read it spelled correctly, legibly, so that an easy small child could read it spelled correctly, so that I can see it easily in the correct font, that it is English spelled correctly. And then finally sometimes it'll get it real close and it'll miss like 2 letters, and I'm like, take you back to freaking preschool, you stupid generator.
Yeah, that is sick. This is one of the ones that I just looked at, and it kind of made me think of different things too. I wasn't even really thinking so much of the red pilling. That wasn't like the first thing that kind of popped into my brain, I guess. But yeah, I was kind of feeling like that they were like a part of the Matrix. These different substances being thrown at us and stuff like that too. And, the Warriors are fighting their way through just these incredibly
digital.
Yeah.
They're digital warriors comedic, of truth.
And slightly, yeah. That was freaking, man.
So instead of having like a slayer, I'm gonna slay humans kind of persona, we're digital warriors of truth. We go into battle, we fight the bots, we fight the censorship, we fight, getting our truth out there, and we're given the red pills of truth. We're digital frogs of truth.
And this is, I'll just show this last one. I think this is the many Matrix one right here with like a lot of, let's see. So if people wanted like to put some of your images on a shirt or something, can they go to JustMeArtFan.com and make a special request and order something from you that way? Or do they need to reach out in a different format?
So when I create clothes, if somebody has an image that they like that I have created and they would like to see it on an article of clothing, I can do that. So what I do is I don't keep the clothing on site. I don't even make it, actually. I just make the art, and I use Spring Tee, and I put the art in the way that I like, the best way that I can design it in the graphic details and the layout and the tooling of my creator in my Spring Tee. And I can take my artwork and I can put it on clothes, hats, sandals, shirts, jackets, hats, beanies, coffee mugs, and that's what I do. I've got in my clothing site on JustMeArtFan.com is where I do the clothing stuff. But as far as if anybody wanted to network with me, if they seen something that they wanted me to throw on a t-shirt that I can throw on my site, that's easy enough. I'd be like, okay, let's do it. And then I throw it on my site, and then it's available for anybody in the public to purchase at that point. As long as my Teespring doesn't deny it, because I've made a bunch of stuff where they've kicked out entire lines of stuff that I've created that, I mean, this stuff they'd probably approve, but I've made some really based stuff that's really the honest truth, and they're like, nope. I'm like, damn, is it TikTok in here or what?
Like propaganda is bad. They're like, no, you can't say that.
Yeah. But I mean, I got a ton of cool stuff on there, and I'm always trying to add more and then keep up with the meme culture and keep up with the art and keep up with the videos all simultaneously and then interact with people. So it's like, it's kind of like having ADHD as a million things going on at the same time, but I can balance them really well until I have the IT problems. Then I'm like, oh, mic that's plugged in and the light's working stopped working, or like, you know, the screen share is lost in 500 different windows that I've got open and I can't find it, and you know, just the little things.
Yeah, I can't wait till I go outside into the world and I see you know every other person outfitted in one of your
Oh yeah.
hoodies or something. That would be
Oh
sick.
yeah. Well, it's like even the cars that I've made. So you've seen probably some of the cars that I've
Yeah,
made, right?
the last one I seen was the truck.
So I got quoted in one that I made earlier today while I was live, or last night, whenever I was live on my big old, I think it was today, 4 hours live. Prompted some images. What were they? There was a GT 500, and I did them up real sweet. First I did them patriotic, and then I shifted into Guy Fawkes masks, the V from Vendetta.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies.
In a sick paint job and airbrushed realism over the car in a street scene with the car on the blacktop parked in front of a building that also had a graffiti art of the Guy Fawkes mask on. Dude, like, primo stuff, dude. I was making some really cool stuff, but yeah, that's what I plan on doing tonight. I have 2 vehicles I got asked if I can make on my live show when I get on tonight, so that even if they don't catch it live, they'll see it on the recording. One of them was like a Jeep that's all icked out in patriotism, and another one was like, she's like, but it's a grandma car. I was like, send it, I'll do it anyway, I'll make it cool. And it was like a Kia, like something, little 4-door SUV Kia thing or something like that. And I'm like, I'll ick it out. All right, we'll make it cool.
Make it tight.
I'll like have to slam it on air ride suspension and customize it and make it all like hooniganed out or something, like rally car or something.
Yeah, and so I'm been having trouble like with my Rumble, like when I'm watching people's stuff, like on your videos. Let me see if I could find one on my phone only, but my computer's different. On my phone, I can't even hit the like button because it's hidden underneath where the video is. So if I pull it down, I could see it. And then I like take my finger off and it hides back under it. And so it's super annoying. So
it might just be because I'm so new. I like a real new account. I only started it this week.
No, it happens on various videos, and I think sometimes it's the format, but it's mostly because, let me see. Just me.
Yeah, that's another thing I've been playing with is formats, and generally PCs, like the closest I can get for a display is like a 4:3 format. A 16:4 is, or 3 or whatever that is basically your whole PC screen, and then you lose the control options because it's in a cinematic view. But you were saying something along the lines of a cinematic, like a huge, gigantic, humongatron format. Funny you say that. So I used to drive around in a truck where I had a like a 12-inch touchscreen stereo in my truck, and I could literally watch YouTube while I was driving down the road. Okay, and all the surround sound, like freaking what I have, 2,600 watts of stereo in this sucker. Okay, so I could just watch YouTube videos while I'm driving down the road, have a good old time, blasting, thumping, like, some gangster ride stuff. But I used to have it set up to where I could set my projector on my hood of my truck and have a mobile drive-in theater anywhere I wanted. And just prop it on the hood, go pull up to a parking garage, project it on the side of a white painted wall, and play it through my surround sound, dude. And I was like, I want to make music videos, bro.
Yeah, right. Just pull over and start dancing.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's the stuff right there. And I'm just going to put it on the screen so just in case anybody knows, it's just my phone. So this is my phone, and it has your video. And if I drag down, you can see the comments and stuff like that. But I can't touch it. And even if I go sideways, I still can't. It's still hidden. So it's, super annoying. And for the last few days, I can't comment. I can't do any live comments on anybody's stuff.
We'll have to figure it out. It'll probably be in my settings somewhere. We're still learning it, so.
Well, this is again. I've had this saying on my phone, so I don't think it's yours.
Oh,
I think it's
another thing. Are you in the Rumble app on the phone, or are you
no.
actually going in your browser?
Go into my browser.
Okay, because I noticed that people were having issues on like Handy's show, where we were having comment issues on shows for a while. It just kind of comes in and out. Some days suck, some days are better than others, and Twitter's or X is the same way, man. And all these other platforms are like some days shit's working, and some days it's like my image generator. Some days it just wants to fight me all damn day.
I couldn't do live comments for the last several days on my phone. So even if I could press the comment button or the chat, nothing comes up, and it just shows like a little regular comment, and that is a little annoying because that's part of the fun to me is chiming in and trying to just express.
Well, there is small ways to break the system. So if you actually went onto it and shared it, hit share and then did a copy link, and then let's say you dropped it in X, and then you can leave a comment in X that's tied to the hyperlink. And that's kind of in a roundabout way of doing it because it doesn't actually show up on the Rumble, but it might for other people through the hyperlink even. That's kind of what I do. That's what I did for you is I went into your show and I went on my phone, I copied the URL link, and then I dropped it into my X, into my 2 different profiles. And I was like, hey, check this out. Just promoting your show like I would anybody else if I'm on their show. I mean, even when I'm not on your show, if I see you pop on, I like your video, I'm like, share, check it out, throw it out on X.
Well, I think you might have been one of my first comments on my on my Rumble videos.
Well, I've seen that. I was like, man, why'd nobody comment on this?
Because nobody sees it. Yeah, for one thing. And if anybody says it, what the fuck, it's a bell sound.
I usually try and keep a keen eye on everything at every level and all of the things that I've got going on. Except when I'm doing a live show, it's really hard. Like, I've gone back into my X after I did a 4-hour live, and I probably had like 480 notifications between 3 platforms, and I was just like, well, now I gotta go through it all. Okay, bot, okay, no, okay, next platform. Nope, okay, nope,
I'd also like to give a quick shout out to Cool Frog and his show.
Oh yeah, he does a great job.
Yeah, and I was watching accidentally watching the live feed. Yeah, and so that's where I saw you first, and there was a cool group of people that were just having a real conversation and sharing, their beliefs, their honest beliefs about things, and really good show. So I love the open mics, and I love to listen in.
Oh, dude,
staying up that late's a little hard for me, but I listened to you guys. I didn't want to go to sleep. I got off and I just listened to you guys talking, and it was fucking awesome.
It's hard to want to pull yourself away to sleep. It is.
Yeah, because especially I got off and I'm like, oh man, there's just had a mouse run by me.
So it was like, I like Cool Frog's idea. At some level, I kind of want to do something a little bit similar, but maybe so it's not inflicting with Cool Frog's show. Same with my other friends' shows, but find some kind of window where maybe one night a week I can do an open art night to where I'm not sharing my own art, but I'm letting other people come in the group, take screen control to share their own artwork. And it doesn't have to be like the physical, let's create art. Let's say they're music. Let's say they're a musician in a different style. Let's do art of different things. Let's say they're an actual painter, like graffiti artist. Let's say they're an actual airbrush artist. Let's say they're a tattoo artist. And they want to check this out. I'll do a tattoo live on your show. If you want, I'll be like, send it. What's your business? Let's promote it. Get it up there.
Man. Well, I thought it was cool too. Just
art.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I got from Melvin and Michelle. Was they are artists, and one of their arts is coffee and roasting. Yes. And I'm I really appreciated just like hearing what I had the ability to hear. And you know what? When I jumped on, I just got this like new used van, and I was just accidentally like Bluetooth my phone to the van, and so I was like getting all this crazy feedback. So sorry about that. It was
I was when you guys were talking. In fact, the majority of the time when I had lost my mic and my video, my camera and my mic went. I could hear you guys for a little bit. You guys couldn't hear me. You couldn't see me. But you guys were having a great conversation. You probably didn't even know I was gone. But it was like almost perfect that I had butted out of that because you guys were connecting really, really well. And then all of a sudden I was like, well, all my stuff went to shit. I'm going to try and reload this because it was spooked. Oh, like, dude, it was way spooked.
And it was cool too because Rumble repatched that video altogether. So that was really cool.
Because we had a couple minutes, or it was like maybe 10 minutes of window where we were like trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, and my computer did like a force. It was like, you must update right now. And I was like, oh, well, that's why this dropped and that dropped, and I have all these other things going on. I'm like, well, that sucked. Yeah. I wasn't prepared for that. Like, right on.
The curveballs will continue. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I X'd myself out a few times accidentally, going, "Oh, damn it! What did I do?" I've done one where like I'm doing some weird stuff like meditation like shows, right? And I did one, and like so my goal in January I did 30 consecutive days of meditating and seeing if anybody wanted to join me virtually. And
right.
One of the days I had a great meditation, man. And then after I realized I didn't press start the stream. And I was like, there's no way that I wasn't going to do that 30, because I tried to do like a 30-day challenge before, but not like, I would just want to do 30 days, not consecutively. And it took me like 2 years because I've realized how hard it was to do videos and how much memory it took up.
Right.
And so like, I just had to go in for another session and be authentic, right? And be like, yeah, well, I just did this, but we're about to do it again.
So you did your pre-game so that your energy was in the vibe, so that when you did it again, it'd be even better.
It was good in a different way.
Right. Like, okay, now I'm alert and happy.
Yeah. The powers that be wanted me to get more.
Yeah.
Well,
you needed a double dose that day.
Yeah, double dose for sure. Hey, dude, this was freaking cool. I appreciate you doing this with me. I really there's been a few things where things have manifested that I wanted to manifest, and this is one of them. So kind of wanted to. It's been hard actually. And in my oldest videos I said, hey, I'm here yapping to myself, but really want to just connect with other people and talk and hear other people's point of view, and whether it's similar as mine, whether it's not similar as mine, It's
interaction. We get to be ourselves, but it's hard to feel like you're being yourselves if you don't feel like there's anybody there.
It's so much more natural to have another human to communicate with.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just like, I'm talking to my computer. Hello, computer. I hope somebody's listening. Am I interesting? Can you see me? Here I am.
Yeah. And I see some people that do that really good. I'm like, whoa, how do they do that?
Dude, so here was an idea that I had just because I see that cool white sheet behind you for your backdrop. Is bad you don't have a projector, man.
It's a curtain.
Oh, it's a curtain either way. Even if it was a white wall, it would work. But it was like how I got around all of my streaming problems. Okay. What you got behind? Can we see? Can I see?
So this is a green screen, but this was my original video background.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So you remember how on Cool Frog's show I did the projector screen? So essentially you could do the same thing, and then it doesn't pixelate and rumble. You don't have any of that data overlapping issue or data like trying to run through the stream. That's how I was able to do my art sharing in my backdrop live, is because I was just running my Well, at the time, I was running my Xbox to my crappy projector. I wish I'd had a nicer one so it'd have a sharper image. But yeah, I could put art in my background and just control it in real time instead of having to try and share a window. I was like, okay, let me slide over and just here you go.
It's been something that's been work in progress. To me, this is like 20 million times better than what I once had. Yeah, I've done some not some streams before I was uploading. Streaming is new to me, and I love it because I don't have to do shit after this. Turn off the camera, and shut my computer down, and
it's a lot more simplified. I could only imagine like 10, 20, or even being like a news station 25 years ago and trying to pull this off and not have full on IT meltdowns with trying to get it all held together.
Yeah, and this is a good thing. I'm still learning StreamYard, but I think it's pretty cool. I like the overlays. I like to do, sometimes I kind of like to mask myself more, so I got stuff like this,
Yeah, I'll have to play with those. Those are pretty neat. I don't know how you did that, my friend. I'll have to rack your brain on those a little bit, but I think I lost your mic when you did that. Yeah, no Mikey.
I just exited myself accidentally.
There you go. I see you.
I pressed the button. Yeah, and so it's cool that you could do this. And so one of my kids, she's a really good artist. We'll have to get her on your show one time. And she has some program called Procreate.
Yeah, I've kind of seen a few different ads for it, but like I said, I use soft Bing, which if you did Bing, it uses coins. You can only generate so many a day, but I use Edge. It's like almost unlimited, except I'm the guy that will find its limits. And so I can create basically almost as many images as I can in a day, and usually it's a lot. And I can teach a small child how to create the same kind of art that I am. And children have a very creative, explorative imagination, and it's like if with the proper training, somebody teaching them how to prompt in the right words, it would be nice to see what beautiful things a child could pump out, or not even a child, a young adult, old adult, an elderly adult, anybody at any age, at any level has a creative spark somewhere in their mind in some level tied to art. Whether they're depressed, they could maybe do something. I mean, it doesn't matter. Any spectrum, any feeling, any thought can be turned into art.
Yeah,
Same with music.
Yeah, this one is, whatever. I'm not doing anything fancy, as you can see, but it's neat because it kind of, you have these pictures. It's not a JPEG, but basically where you have that clear background, so it's good for doing like overlays.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you have that function, but if you,
I still got to play with the stuff, and I'll do that later. But like I said, I'm just gonna do my basic, like my show was earlier. Is I'm just gonna I gotta get better at consolidating and not getting so wild with things, because then I get lost in an ocean of tabs in different screens and more tabs and then icons, and it's all just ocean of things, and I'm like, crap, now I got to get back into the share screen administrator of the StreamYard. Fuck, where is that?
the Discord is pretty cool, because I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but to kind of be able to have a place to store a lot of your art and show it easily. Like I've been trying to like figure out like areas, if I want to like talk about certain videos, can I put them can I embed them? And I've just had a hard time doing that so far, but
the cool thing about Discord too is I can upload so far the biggest video I uploaded in there was like 45 minutes or something like that. It wasn't in my channel, it was just an informative video. I can't remember which server I dropped it in, of which friend, but basically once I share a video or art in there, I can save it as a copyable URL link and then share it into X or share it on another platform. And it'll show up here as my hyperlink. You just click on it and it goes right to that video, or right to whatever, or right to my Discord, to that video or that piece of art. So it's kind of like a sidelined video compressor without actually having to transfer the video. I'm just transferring the link to the video to basically a storage facility for art.
Oh, when you and Melvin were talking, by the way, and I was trying to make a joke, but it didn't come off as a great joke. Sometimes that's how my humor works. I'm the only one who gets it. But what you're saying, you guys were saying like you guys were getting, I'm only getting this many views, and I'm like, oh, what's it feel like to get all that attention? Because to me, like there was a lot of views. Like, oh, you're getting like 200, people liking or saying, commenting or viewing or whatever. That's a lot to me. Just based on what. Again,
my stuff. Some of my stuff that squeezes through. So we're on like the fake feds gay boy watch list. We made it on an Antifa watch list, hit list database, because of the truth that we spit. Like a whole shit ton of us in our super thread, plus other threads and other circles and other circles and other circles of all of our meme culture. Like, we'll put the truth in your face and we'll do it in art so that we don't go to jail because it's all fictional art. Right? And yeah, it gets real based. But some of the stuff that I have made that actually squeezes through the censorship, I had one post I made in 4 days. It got 14,000 views. Another post I made just a few days ago got requoted by one of the other friends in our super thread. Miss Lily, she's pretty cool. She's a rock star bopper, dude. She'll bop the fuck out of some bots and go to bat for some heroes, right? Nice. But quoted me in my post for my JustMeArtFan podcast going live, and literally in 5 days, it's like at 16,000 views.
So she cut like a part of your show out?
No, she quoted my tweet with my JustMeArtFan podcast picture that I made with one of my frogs in it, and said, "Hey, I'm gonna do a live show on Rumble." And she put it, and instead of, you can either reshare or repost, or you can quote, and it basically will, if you requote it, it'll pull their deal up under like a title, and then they can put a little comment as the letterhead saying, "Hey, this rocks, check this out," and then it gets shared around as a quote. That thing got like 16,000 likes in 5 days, dude, or 16,000 views. And it's like so many people that I don't even know a lot of them, but a lot of people have told me, they're like, "Dude, everything that you post that's super fire, it goes in a folder. I have your name on a folder in my computer." And I'm like, that's new people. I'm like, this is cool, man. It's super cool.
Yeah, your art's really fucking fantastic, man.
It's a creative outlet for my mind.
And so if people want to find you on X, is it just me ArtFan as well?
Let's see. I can pull up both of my handles. Let's see. I'll close this one out with the live chat since I got... Okay, so my one at... So here's the other thing, is I have a profile on X that I still have yet to be able to log in on any other device. Okay, because this profile... I tell you, it's still active on X. I still get interaction with it, but I can't get it on my computer. I can't get it on another phone. I can't get it on the wife's phone. I can't get it on any of my sister's phone, any of that shit.
It's weird. Grandfathered in type of deal.
Yeah, because my avatar is a yellow morphed cool custom Avi with a We the People print baseball hat on it, and that connects to a lot of people, I would imagine. So, but my other profile has got the tinfoil hat on it. My is let's see, I gotta remember how to share this thing. Share.
So that somehow flags like We the People, probably don't tread on me type of stuff on that app?
I'm not exactly sure. Let's drop this in the Discord. I'll drop it in our chat right here. Here. Did it not do it? Oh, gotta try that again. Share. Copy link. And then Discord. Bam. Alright, so that's my one profile. And I'm curious just because if it'll let you open up this profile. Let's see. Back to Discord.
Man, it's so much different on my computer.
Yeah, computer and phones are way, way different layouts and different, like, just way different. And then I also have one that I made specifically for the Just Me Art Fan. Click on that, go to that. Copy the link. Roger that. So yeah, I have 3x profiles.
Is that right?
Let's read it. Hold on, just let me get back in my profile here just so I can double looky. Oops, wrong button. Wrong button again. Come on, stop hitting the wrong button. Let's see. I think that's this one. It is. No, that's the other profile. Let me cross check here. Okay, this one is 020 8263 82631. Yeah, that's one. Yep. And then the other one is the at Russell Eldredge one. It's missing the E on it. That's my old last name, but I didn't put the E on the end of it. And then the other one I got is the Just Me Art Fan profile. I try and keep all the political stuff really to a real low level in that one and just do art only. Specifically so that I can try and maybe do like business, networking with other companies doing art.
Yeah, I feel you. That's kind of like how I separate kind of the different videos that I do where I have the face of light where it's kind of more I try to avoid the political thing. Not that I try to avoid it. It's not really trying to avoid it. I'm just doing something else.
Well, I have two main accounts that have "We the People" symbolism all over that. United we stand strong, and I'm fully enthroped in that whole movement there. But that Just Me Art Fan one, it's basically a way that Just Me Art Fan profile with that's just for the art is so that I can network with, like, maybe if I want to do art for a dispensary or a weapons manufacturer where I can do like hydro dipping graphics, or airbrush or vehicle wraps or just anything you can think of, and I can design artwork for it, like vinyl wrap for a trailer company. I made some trailers I dropped in my Discord that you would be like, and they're wrapped in, what are they done in? They're done in the Eye of Horus and
I got the eye on there. That's too big.
Yeah.
There's the eye. There's my unk.
And Anubis. So I did Anubis and the Eye of Horus as a trailer wrap, and then I did some more cool images. I did Anubis mixed with the Eye of Horus, mixed with Mortal Kombat, mixed with something else, and then I added Nugs, so they was smoking a dude in a hyper-realistic realism.
Oh, I see that. I see that one, dude. That was freaking sick.
And they turned out so good. I was like, yes.
Yeah, that was fucking insane. That was super insane.
Cool.
Well, I hope whoever comes across this stream can check out more of your artwork, because if you like art, you're gonna love his stuff. I've been enthralled by it. I'm like a little freaking kid in a candy store with all these goodies that you kindly unload on me. I'm like, yeah. And
well,
then,
it's like at some level, I'm gonna end up making you a video, right? We're gonna find you some artwork that I've created specific for you, for your show, for your taste, for your style, and I'm gonna have to morph it up in a video with all the cool effects, and then and then maybe we'll drop a track on it, homie. We'll be like, "What's up? What's up?"
Let's do that for sure, man. Let's do that. Yeah, my mind's going. Yeah, a lot of the artwork too. Like, I love it because, again, different places call for different things, and
I have A to Z, homie. I have
yeah,
angels.
you got that
I have
exactly.
I have crusaders rescuing babies. I have army rangers rescuing kids out of tunnels. I've got airborne platoons in realism. I've got soldiers. I've got digital soldiers. I've got mandala stuff. I've got sacred geometry. I mean, A to B, A to Z. I got tanks. I got planes. I got trains. I got trucks. I got buses. Yeah, dude. I mean, I've got a mandala made of frogs.
Did you see
Or,
that picture I sent you?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Catch that
And-
one?
Yeah, I was digging that, homie.
Isn't
Yeah.
that something?
Yeah.
That's
I
on
was digging
Papyrus.
that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
When I the reason I sent that to you is because you had those. I was running into some of the Egyptian artwork.
Now I'm gonna prompt an Egyptian. I'm gonna have to prompt Papyrus, bro, and Egyptian. So I've already done a bunch of Egyptian stuff with the Horus and with Anubis and stuff.
Yes, that's what I saw.
think-
that's why I sent you that. Whoops.
I think it would be cool to draw out a list where I can physically do some research and then hand write a list of how to prompt certain specific figures in there and how to tie them in. I'd be like, I would like to add this in hyper realistic detail, this image, and then go back and find another word and then this in amazing, extreme, intense detail, and then and this spelled in Egyptian, spelled correctly, that's important, and all kind of cool stuff.
And
Just
take
layer
all
by
that
layer.
stuff. Take all this stuff that was hijacked and used by the dark edge.
I would like to create the pyramid as an active free energy structure that emits pure energy into the ether, and I would like to see Pepe frogs holding Dandara bulbs as if they were transmitted by wireless energy to light up the way, right? You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's fucking fucking cool, dude.
The things that go on in my mind, you'd be surprised.
Oh man, I appreciate it so much. I truly
So
appreciate it.
I'm gonna hop off of here and I'm gonna work
You and
on
me
putting
both,
a live
brother.
show together, and I'm gonna have to prompt that one for real.
Please do. Yeah, if you would be willing to help me out with the intro, man, I'd I would love it. And again, I'm not really getting much people watching this stuff, but who knows what's going to happen. I'm not worried about it, but maybe someone will see, Just Me Art Fan made this, and we could start networking more,
Well, what if I just gave your show a super cool intro that gave it that super wow factor? I mean, any one of us can explode at any point in time. I like lifting my friends up with me, man.
Yep. That's if that happens, that happens, and it's fun, and
Yeah.
same with me. So let's we'll do what we do. We'll stay connected, and have a blessed night, my brother. Thank you very kindly. Tell the nice folks again from Uncommon Grounds that it was freaking cool to connect, and
Absolutely.
whoever is out there listening. Check out the people that we mentioned. Good folks with good information and, just fun, regular people.
Yeah. Hey, brother, I appreciate you. This has been a blast, and we'll catch you tomorrow. All right.
All right, brother. God bless.
Have a good night.
You too. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments. It was an honor to know that you're there chiming in. It's really cool to have you. And I can't wait to talk with everybody. When that happens, I'll be happy to connect. And take it easy. Happy Wednesday. Have a great evening. Why?